It's Tuesday, 6:30 a.m. 2/22/2022, and you're walking into the Jay Rooney Show. I live in the Midwest, and the weather is crazy. It was just 50 degrees, sunny and gorgeous 2 days ago. Now we have a winter advisory. I can't wait for summer. The weather goes up and down like the stock market, like my finances. For years, I avoided being fiscally responsible, but now I'm really trying and paying attention. I couldn't help but notice the recent crypto bull, aka the Super Bowl. Several commercials for cryptocurrency popped up during the Super Bowl. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, perhaps you've heard of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency. It does not have a central bank or administrator. Crypto can be sent from user to user on a peer-to-peer Bitcoin network without the need for intermediaries. Cryptocurrency, or just crypto, is a digital currency designed to work as a medium of exchange through a computer network that is not reliant on any central authority, such as government or bank. Because I'm no expert and relatively new to crypto, I wanted to recommend you to check out a gentleman named Avicio Garg. Avicio is managing partner at Electric Capital. He's an entrepreneur and technology executive. Avicio sold 2 companies and was most recently director of product at Facebook, which acquired his company Spool in 2012. I'll have a link to Avicio's website in the description. It's kind of like a blog. He gives advice on starting a business and the lessons he's learned. I really enjoyed reading through this as someone trying to start something. First of all, Avicio's most important advice is to prioritize your health and your family. If you're healthy and have loved ones, you'll be fine long term. I love this because I obviously put this first as well. Everything starts with your personal health, and building healthy relationships is a part of that. Avicio is also one of the foremost leaders in developing Web3. Web3 is something you should have heard of by now. You're most likely listening to this on Web 2. Web 3 is a new iteration of the World Wide Web based on blockchain technology, which incorporates concepts including decentralization and token-based economics. This is important for crypto. Blockchain is a system of recording information in a way that makes it difficult or impossible to change, hack, or cheat the system. A blockchain is essentially a digital ledger of transactions that is duplicated and distributed across the entire network of computer systems on the blockchain. Anyone can use the blockchain. Crypto, aka millennial gold, a third of crypto is owned by millennials, the richest millennials. It's a way to transfer value person to person with no intermediaries, like a bank or other institution. With crypto, I could send you money without a middleman through that blockchain technology, and nobody would know. There is a ledger there that tracks who does what, but it's all computerized. So imagine, if you don't want the government to know you're transferring money, crypto is an option. If you have a ton of cash, you can't just go to the bank and deposit it without explanation, or the IRS could come for you. If you want to go buy a house with cash and have no job, the IRS might check you out. This is part of what I was talking about the other day in terms of freedom. As of now, crypto does not have store value. You only have a few options to make purchases with it. But what's interesting about crypto is the impact it'll have on government and certain jobs. Look what Canada did to the truckers seizing their bank accounts. They can't do that to crypto. So if you have a lot of money, you might want to put some in crypto. Not that you're doing anything wrong. You never know what could happen to the dollar. To an authoritarian government, crypto is scary because they can't control it and probably won't allow it. So if crypto intrigues you, go check it out. Go check out a recent interview with Avicio that he did on the Shapiro Show. So far, the United States seems cool with it. What if this is a way to get our privacy back? I wonder what will happen to the financial industry, the banking industry. For example, what will happen to transactional lawyers? All of you out there who work in corporate business, whether you've worked with them or not, have a transactional lawyer on staff. So we see potential disruption coming to some white-collar jobs. This has happened before and will happen again. Industries and professions being uprooted by the times. Most recently, the coal industry. We're seeing some of them hanging on, but ultimately as solar becomes the cheapest form of power, that's going to change a lot. Some people like Andrew Dessler, a climate scientist and professor of atmospheric sciences at Texas A&M, say it's already cheaper. He says, if you attach a battery to modern solar tech, you can program your system to store power during peak times of the day when you don't need as much power, and then be able to switch to the battery in the evening and at night if necessary. So if you have the money, I think this would be worth a cost analysis right now. How much can it lower your electric bill? How long will it take to pay for itself? The American Industrial Revolution, commonly referred to as the Second Industrial Revolution, started sometime around 1850. Both industrial revolutions led to inventions that included the telephone, the steam engine, the sewing machine, the X-ray, the light bulb, and the combustion engine. Think about how many people lost their jobs during this time. History mostly tells us about the new jobs that were created. It's not just it's just now with the technology progressing so fast, more and more jobs will go extinct. So pay attention. I really do wonder what will happen to the financial industry. What will it look like in 30 years? Will I even care in 30 years? By the way, there's a potential climate debate coming up between Andrew Dessler and Stephen Koonin, who recently wrote a book called Unsettled. I plan on listening to this, but it's about 10 deep in my Audible rotation, so we'll get there. But this could be a really cool debate, and I suggest you check it out. I'll call it out on this show if it does happen. So, in the news, were the Winter Olympics in China a bad thing? Do they somehow see themselves as a superpower as a result of everyone complying with the COVID rules inside the bubble they created? People like the Washington Post and Fox News are talking about it, at least based on the news I get from my phone. I'm optimistic though. Ratings were way down. Boycott China hashtags were all over Twitter. Per the New York Times, an average of 11.4 million viewers watch the Beijing Olympics on NBC Universal platforms each night, the smallest primetime audience on record for any Winter Games and well off the 19.8 million nightly viewers for the Pyongyang Games in 2018. So it was really only a success to them. We'll see what they do next. With a weak man like Biden in office, what his administration is doing to our military in terms of creating dissension, I think now's the time to make a move if that's the plan. I sure hope I'm wrong. The Wall Street Journal reported that behind China's warning against a Russian invasion is a desire to protect U.S. ties. I think that's just a strategic move on China's part, however. Sure, U.S., go fuck around with Russia. We'll take on Taiwan. And if you didn't know already, Russian President Putin on Monday recognized the independence of two Moscow-backed separatist regions in the eastern Ukraine and ordered Russia forces onto their territory for peacekeeping purposes. A dramatic escalation in crisis that is threatening a full-scale war, per the Washington Post. Seems like that's about to escalate quickly. Meanwhile, a plot right out of a movie. Remember when Chancellor Palpatine becomes the Emperor? He said he would restore order and have a safe, more secure society. Something like that. Is that not what's happening in Canada right now? Last night on Twitter, I caught a video of Trudeau, per the post-millennial, of him saying, if you don't vote for the Emergency Act, then you don't trust the government. I'm paraphrasing, of course. Go check it out yourself. But what's that supposed to mean? All right, everyone, you made it to the end. Thank you for listening. If you don't have gym equipment at home, I really want you to get a gym membership this week, and I want you to start going consistently. Maybe we set a plan to go one every 3 days or every other day. So if you don't already have a gym membership, let's make that a reality this week. This is step one to a new you, a healthy you, and I really just want you to focus on going to the gym for now. So time to go back to the gym. Monday through Saturday on YouTube and Rumble, Jay Rooney Show.